Deja vu, I just been in this place before. Higher on the street and I know it's my time to go. Going new and the search is a mystery. Standing on my feet, it's so hard when I try to be me. Whoa, deja vu, I just been in this time before. Higher on the beat and I know it's a place to go.
That's pretty good.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money.
Dollar, dollar bill. Dollar, dollar bill.
Oh my god, it scared me so much, Jesus.